I know Bob Wylie to be a good person, and out of respect for his family, I won't get into any of that because he's a father, he's a husband, he's a granddad, all right? But I would just say this about that whole situation. Bob knows what happened. Bob knows what was going on. And when he was here, he knew everything about it, you know? So, you know, that was last year. If you give everybody that, listen, Bob wasn't under contract, all right? He forgot to tell everybody that. He wasn't under contract. He had talked about retiring forever, all right? So sometimes when a person says something, they have to be made to feel relevant, okay? Bob's a good person, and I don't want to lose sight of that. I have too much respect for him as a person. What I would say, though, is what got lost in the shuffle is what really mattered and what we're doing right now, all right? And for whatever reason it got lost in the shuffle, we just had 40,000 people at a stadium for a practice, all right, where all the proceeds went to the Get Start initiative that the Browns have done. So that got lost in the shuffle of all this stuff that happened last year, all right? You know, the days of inside information and the days of unnamed sources and stuff like that have ended. So you're not going to get any information like that ever, anybody. And if I ever see it, they're fired immediately. That's the way we're running this organization. And I can take it. John Dorsey can take it. We won't crack, I promise you.
All right, this is what Bob Wylie said on CBS Sports Radio. Baker likes Freddie. There's a good enough relationship, even though ken-zampese did all the coaching there. Baker likes Freddie, so that had to play a factor in the decisions. Well, guess right. Of course that's part of the decision-making process. It shocked me because gregg-Williams turned that team around in the second half of the season. That's his work that got to where it is. My own personal feeling is Gregg was too strong a candidate for the seat. I don't think Dorsey wanted to go head-to-head with Gregg, so he kind of filtered Gregg out of the picture. Yeah, well, you do that too if you don't want to have somebody in that position like that.
There's so much to unpack with Kitchens, let alone what Wylie said.
That's a Freddie Kitchens we haven't seen before.
Well, yeah, and you had Kitchens. I'm gonna take the high road. I'm gonna take the high road.
But I will say this.
I'm gonna get out my boxing gloves. But I'll take the high road, boxing gloves, high road, He did that like 5 times in a span of 75 seconds. You know, Wylie's stuff, look, he was lovable and all this, and he's still lovable, I suppose. I don't get it, though, because here's the thing. If gregg-Williams was so highly thought of, wouldn't he be a head coach right now?
Well, you surprised that he got the D coordinator with the Jets? He got the Jets job? I am.
Not necessarily. I think that he's still a good defensive coach. But I don't think any NFL team sees him as a full-time head coach.
Right. I agree with that.
So
no matter what kind of job he did at the end of last year.
I disagree with Wylie there. I think John Dorsey can hold his own against anybody. I just think John Dorsey preferred not to have gregg-Williams be his everyday guy.
And as far as Freddie Kitchens is concerned, Wylie's surprised that because he gets along with the general manager that would help him pave the way to get the job. Of course, that's 50% of the job.
Yeah, I think, again, I don't know Bob Wylie. I never interviewed him. But I'm guessing he's sitting there going, all right, Freddie Kitchens is a head coach in this league when he shouldn't be. In the mind of Wylie and maybe one of Wylie's friends. Or Wylie speaking on behalf of, at least he thinks he is, on behalf of a gregg-Williams or a ken-Zampese. But he's looking at Kitchens going, why is he the head coach when I think ken-Zampese was running that offense, not Freddie Kitchens. But I think it's a little curious for Wylie to come out now and start yapping.
Yeah, well, he has no job. And,
right,
and according to Freddie Kitchens, they didn't pay him out because he didn't have a contract for this year.
Is that the way you're going to get a job with another team?
No, I wouldn't think so. I think sometimes you just bite the bullet and move on.
And by the way, let's give it a day, and Hugh's going to weigh in. You know Jackson will weigh in pretty soon about this whole thing.
Right. As if anybody cares.
Exactly. And you say, well, Jackson was gone already. Well, no, he'll weigh in about Wylie. Because remember, Wylie was the one who on Hard Knocks was giving it to Hugh. Remember?
That's correct.
The crotchety old guy who was, and telling Hugh to, what, didn't he tell him to turn the music down once?
Yeah, well, he had a good car, though. I will admit that.
Look, I'm not dumping on Wylie here like Kitchens, but I am dumping on Wylie like Kitchens did. It was, again, fascinating how Kitchens, I really, really like Bob Wylie, the
and
person.
his family.
But let me tell you about this. Bob Wylie's a great guy. But I want to tell you about this, too. It's all about the players. Of course it's about the players.
216